Hi guys, this is Zilla. I'm back again with another episode of Raw Zilla. It's just my second episode. I'm still toying with the idea and the best way to do it, so bear with me. As I said before, it's raw and unedited. So today I'm going to talk about two devices. First one is the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. The second one is the Xiaomi Mi Note 3. There's a lot of people talking about the Mi Mix 2, but not much mention about the Mi Note 3, which is strange, but there you have it. So I'm going to talk about the Mi Mix 2 first, what my thoughts are, should you get it, first impressions and that sort of thing. I have got a bit of experience when it comes to Mi Mixes. Those of you who've known my channel for a while, you know I've got two original Mi Mixes. This is the top spec Mi Mix, this one. So we'll start off with the Mi Mix 2. Now, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at notes on my device here, because I can't remember all the specs offhand. Obviously it's a Snapdragon 835. Now it comes in either 6 gigs or 8 gigs of RAM. You got different variants with the ceramic back with the metal bezel around the side, I suppose. Or all ceramic, which is a special limited edition. First concern is the price. Now, it's cheap enough if you're in Asia, then it's a good price. But my concern is importers, distributors and so on. Those of you who are shipping it to the USA, to the UK, Europe, how much markup are you going to put on that phone? And if it's going to be a lot, which I think it will be, you're probably looking at $700 to $800 US, maybe £700 to £800 sterling. If any of you can find it cheaper, let me know. But at that sort of price, I think the competition's pretty stiff. My concern is it going to drop in value quickly? I think it might. So that's my first concern. Second concern, or disappointments. Let's talk about disappointments about the Mi Mix 2. First disappointment, the screen has been made smaller. It's now a 5.99 inch display. And the fact that the chin bezel is 12% smaller than the original Mi Mix chin bezel, it's nothing. It's nothing at all. It's hardly worth mentioning. They say they've made the glass darker down there over the selfie camera, but to be honest, it's not a big deal, the selfie camera being on the bottom chin as it is. So to me, that's a minor thing. So one big disappointment for me is the screen size is not as big as I think it should have been, personally. I think they've copied Apple, Samsung. I think they've actually fallen behind now. I think the Mi Mix was a proper trend-setting device. I think it was, people say it's prototype, whatever, it's working fine. I don't see it as a prototype. But that device really helped push the industry forward. And I think with the Mi Mix 2, they've kind of taken a step sideways or backwards, however you want to look at it. There's still no waterproofing, fair enough, not everyone needs it. It's still a 1080p screen. You know, it's hasn't got dual speakers as far as I'm aware. They shrunk the battery down. Let me just have a look at what the battery is here. Bear with me, guys. I think it's a 3500, if I can find it. Where is it? I think it's a 3500 something, or 3400. It's a lot smaller. It's around 25% smaller than the Mi Mix's battery. So to have a much smaller battery, that's a little disappointing for me personally. The removal of a headphone jack, that's another disappointment to me. I know a lot of people, oh yeah, it is a 3400 milliamp hour battery. A lot of people are going to spout on about, well, the Snapdragon 835 is a lot more efficient than the Snapdragon 821. Guess what? I don't care. just because the chipset is more efficient doesn't mean you should shrink the battery and give your users the same amount of battery life. Leave the battery the same size and give us more battery life. That's the way I see it. So the smaller screen is still 1080p, there's still no waterproofing. Battery, you know, this little niggly things, the removal of the headphone jack, that for me is a bit of a real letdown, because the headphone jack on the Mi Mix here, it was tremendous. It still is. No one understands how good the headphone jack is on there. We're talking on the Mi Mix, it's rivaling the LG V20, the LG V30, the LG G6, because it can drive audiophile headphones like Sennheiser HD600s, those ones which are high impedance. The normal devices, phones, cannot drive those for headphones. So to remove the headphone jack, I'm wary on that. Let's look at the positives. You've got different memory sizes. You've got different build options as well now. So you have got the metal with the with ceramic, or just all ceramic, different storage sizes, different RAM sizes, which is, you know, that is a positive. A positive is probably more commercially viable from what I'm aware, because more people buy it. But the problem there now becomes, if you're going to make it more commercially viable and more ergonomic and so on, you've got a little bit of a problem on your hands. You're going up against Samsung with the S8 Plus, the Note 8, the new iPhone X, the list goes on, the LG V30, the LG G6. These are all devices that are sort of the same territory, same screen ratio, 18:9. So I don't know, it's a beautiful device, very well made, but there's a lot of negatives personally for me. I mean, let's have a look at some more positives. From what I'm hearing, it's the same piezo electronic gubbins they've got behind the screen, but they now put a slot on the top of the screen with a tube that leads the sound up through that into your ear, making it easier to use. Now, a lot of people had an issue with the Mi Mix's version behind the glass. I personally didn't, but that's just me personally. Maybe I'm not in that many environments which are that loud. But so to you, some of you, that might be a positive. If you're going to do that and have a little slit at the top with a tube from the piezoelectric sensor thing, why bother going with the piezo thing? Why don't you just put a speaker in the top, make it dual speaker? It makes sense to me. So they've kind of gone backwards, a little bit sideways. I think if I didn't have the Mi Mix, the original one, I probably would definitely run out and buy the Mi Mix 2. But to me, it's not that big of a step up. I mean, the camera's a lot improved, but now my issue with the camera is they've gone with a single camera, same one as on this little beast. This is a Xiaomi Mi 6. Why didn't they take both cameras from this and put dual cameras on it? Because that is going to be their flagship. And I'm working on my review this week. The Xiaomi Mi Mix, Mi 6, sorry, getting confused myself. And I've been using it as my daily driver for quite a few months now, so it's an update video of real world usage. This phone, I'm telling you now, Xiaomi knocked it out of the ballpark. This phone is tremendous. This little phone here is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. So, Mi Mix 2, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Is it enough to persuade you away from other OEMs like Samsung, like Apple, like LG? Is it persuasive enough? I personally think Xiaomi's a bit late to the game this year. Instead of bringing something really innovative, they've just rested on their laurels. They've let all the other OEMs come out first, and they've pretty much gone down the same path as them. And the bezels look a bit thicker around the screen as well on the Mi Mix 2. I don't know why. It's just the way my eyes are, maybe, I don't know, old eyes, possibly. So that to me, I don't know, it's a little disappointing. That's personally my preference. What I think anyway. I'm just going to bring up the Xiaomi Mi Note 3 specs, and we'll talk about that in a sec. Now the Mi Note 3, it's got a 3500 mAh battery. It's got a Snapdragon, I think 660. Yeah, Snapdragon 660 with 6 gigs of RAM, 12 megapixel camera, 5.5 inch 1080p display again. Come on Xiaomi, start going with 2K at least. It's about time. Now, it's 401 PPI. I'll just read you this off. Snapdragon 660. It's efficient. It's got an Adreno 512. The 600 series of Snapdragons are pretty efficient. For people who are not heavy gamers and stuff like that, it should be perfectly fine, I think. But it'll also give you better battery life, so you know that's a positive. It comes with 64 gigs or 120 gigs of storage, and it's got dual 12 megapixel cameras. With one's got f1.8 OIS, the other's an f2.6, 2 times optical zoom, phase detection, blah 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 blah. Doesn't go on about that. It's got stereo speakers. It's got a headphone jack, apparently. I didn't think it did, but alright. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Don't scream at me. It's got 24-bit audio output, Bluetooth 5.0, and so on and so on. Now this one, I think they've gone a strange way with the Mi Note 3 this time. I think they've kind of made essentially a big version of the Xiaomi Mi 6. Again, the Mi 6. This has all the same specs, virtually the same battery size, virtually the same. It's got the same dual cameras. The cameras on the Note 3 might be a little bit more improved. I don't think so. I think they're virtually the same. I could be wrong. But it's just essentially a bigger version of this. But this has got the Snapdragon 835 in it. This has also got dual speakers. This has also got a 3350 mAh battery. So the Mi Note 3 is 50 mAh bigger, which is not much. This is a 5.1 inch screen. The Mi Note 3 is a 5.5 inch screen. So you'll have a sharper picture on this. But the strange thing is, the Mi Note 2 last year had a Snapdragon 821, which was at the time the flagship GPU. So to drop it down to a 660 is a little bit of a strange move to me. It's almost like they're trying to separate their phones out into different realms, if you like. Huawei could learn a thing or two from them, actually, because Huawei released 50 phones a year, all with virtually the same specs, same processor, same everything, with a slight variation, maybe a 2K screen, maybe, you know, whatever. It's a strange marketing decision. But the Mi Note 3, I think that's quite a sleeper of a phone. I don't think there's many people really raving about it because the Mi Mix 2 is overshadowing it. But I think potentially it's got a... I think it's going to be a sleeper. I'm going to call it, I'm going to say it's a sleeper. This Mi 6, Xiaomi Mi 6, beautiful. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. Love this phone, love it. Definitely in my top 3 best phones of the year, without a shadow of a doubt, definitely. Best small phone of the year. That's a spoiler, best small phone of the year, love it. If you don't believe me, ask Demir, his YouTube channel, he knows all about the Mi 6. I'm sure he agrees with me. It's a brilliant little phone. So, I mean, other than that, another improvement on both devices. They've got all the global bands now. I think 43 of them. So if you're anywhere in the world, you can import them in. Problem you're going to have is the warranty, breakages, support, potentially accessories. Accessories you can get some in. I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal. Chinese bloatware, perhaps. I think they're aiming this more at the Indian market. So I really would like to get both of them in, but at the prices they're available for at the moment, I'm not rushing and buying them. I really am not. I can't see the point, even with a YouTube channel, I cannot see the point of paying. Look, if I can get them cheap, I'll get them, but at the prices currently, no. You can't compare it to a Note 8 in price. You can't compare it to an Apple in price, because those phones, you get your warranty where you are in the world. You get your support, etc. So it's unfortunate. There you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the Mi Mix 2. Do you agree, disagree? I'm open for discussion. What do you think about the Mi Note 3? Let me know about that as well. This is TechZilla saying take care. Thank you for joining me. And I'll be doing another Raw Zilla pretty soon. So stay tuned. Bye for now.